G'day guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's episode we're going to be doing a bit more DIY stuff. This time we'll be working on the car, staying away from the boat for this episode. So today we'll be working on a set of upper control arms. So these control arms today are the ATI upper control arms, and what we'll be doing to them is putting some grease nipples in them to stop the chronic squeaking in those top bushes. If you guys have a set of PSR or Cal Off-Road or ATI upper control arms on your Navara, you know that they definitely squeak all the bloody time. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to fix that squeak and how you can do it at home. So stay tuned and cheers. So the first step obviously is going to be open up your control arms. These ones here are from ATI. So these are the ATI All-Terrain Industries upper control arms. Righto guys, so I'm going to run you through the parts you're going to need today. First obviously is your set of upper control arms. In this case are the ATI ones. You're going to need your grease nipples. These are the most important bit. This is what's going to fix your squeaking forever. So you've got, there's an assortment of grease nipples, obviously different thread sizes. In my case, I'm using an M6x1 grease nipple. They're stainless grease nipple. So we need 4 of them, so 2 for each upper control arm. We're going to need a set of drill bits to suit. In this case, I'm going to be starting with a 5mm drill bit to start off and see how we go. You're going to need the tap to suit for your grease nipples. So this tap here is a M6x1 thread tap. You're going to need center punch or automatic center punch. If you're not using automatic one, you'll need a hammer to line your holes up. We're going to be using a bit of thread locker. This is Loctite 263. It's called just red thread locker. And we'll need some grease as well, of course, to put our little metal rods through the bushes, and as well as a drill. Okay guys, so the first thing we want to do before we start drilling our holes is making sure which upper control arm we've got. These upper control arms on this particular model car, on the MP300, they are left and right. So it doesn't actually matter which actual arm you use, because it doesn't matter. If you flip it this way, it suits the right hand side of the car. If you flip it this way, it suits the left hand side of the car. So the first thing we're going to be installing is our little metal pinions. To do this, we're going to need a little bit of grease, and we're going to have to grease up these pinions. So these pinions go in there in your bush like this. Might have to give them a good squeeze to get them in there. So once you get them started, get as far as you can in there with your hand. So get the rest of these bushes in. Once you line them up with your hand, is just push it down on the table like this. Nearly there. That will take a little bit of force, obviously. So now what we want to do is we want to line up our holes for where we want to put them, put the grease nipples in. Obviously, you want to be able to grease them while they're on the car. This is the whole point of installing these nipples, so you can grease these bushes while they're on the car. So what we need to do is we need to get our center punch to line our holes up. So we'll pick a middle point down here, so that'll be around this area here, as you can see. It'll be around there, and we'll pick it only a couple centimeters up, and give that center punch a whack. As you can see, the center punch leaves the indent there, and that'll help us start our pilot hole in the steel. Do the same for the other side. There you go, there's those first ones done. Next thing is going to be our pilot hole. So we're going to use a 3mm drill bit. Line up your hole where you've hit the center punch. I'm going to go through the steel. So after we drilled our 3mm pilot hole, we're going to get our 5mm drill bit, and we're going to go follow that through. And with this drill, you're going to go through the steel, right through the bush, and then all the way down until you can see daylight through the bush. So what that's going to do is, by going through this all the way through to the pinion, what's that going to do is that's going to push the grease between the arm and the bush, as well as the bush and the pinion, and the bolt and the pinion. So I found on my car that the squeaking was happening on the bush moving between here, but it's going to be able to push the grease through all the parts that may move. So there you go, we've gone right through there. So going on a little bit of lube spray, WD-40, Inox, any of those will work. Then you're going to get your tap. So this is your, you're going to get your M6 tap, put it in your tapping tool. In this case I'm using a T-bar, I find it a lot easier. So with your tap, you want to lube up the hole, you're spraying it in. Lube the tap. And you're going half turn in, half turn out, always. You never go past your full turn, because then you start to push your excess metal back into the thread and that can ruin the thread. So once your hole is all drilled, tapped and cleaned out, clean all your threads out so you can wind your new grease nipple in. We're going to use a little bit of thread locker. I'm going to put it on the thread of the grease nipple. Just a little bit. That way once it winds in there and dries out, it's going to be not going to rattle loose. Should be able to get the thread started. And then use your 8mm spanner or whatever suits your grease nipple. It should be an 8mm. And that'll do that. So then you're basically just doing the exact same on the next two, just making sure that you're doing it on the right hand side, the one that says R on it.
Don't look down, everything will be fine for you now. And don't look down, everything will be fine for you now.
There you go, guys. Some grease nipples tapped into these ATI upper control arms. This will completely fix your squeaking. This will work on your PSR arms as well as your Cal Off-Road and any of the arms that don't already have these nipples installed on the top here. It's probably the best thing to do if you are lifting your four-wheel drive and putting a set of upper control arms in on your Navara. Definitely do this before you put them in. If you can't do it yourself and don't have the tools, definitely ask your mechanic shop, whoever's installing them, and they'll do that for you. As usual, guys, thank you very much for watching this episode. Hopefully you've been enjoying the DIY stuff between this episode and the bit of the tinny stuff you might have already seen on my channel. Hopefully we can get back out camping soon. We're hanging for the 12th of June to get back out there and start making more trip vlog videos. So yeah, stay tuned for them. Only a couple more weeks and we're back out there. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment as well if you enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, hit me up. I'll answer your questions. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Stay tuned to my channel. I've got plenty of good things coming this year. So cheers for your support and catch you on the next one. Peace.